Welcome to Learner's Prep. In this session, we will solve some more problems based on the concept of mixtures and alligations. This is the second session in this topic. Question number 11. In a mixture of 72 liters, milk and water are in the ratio of 5:1. How much water should be added to make the ratio as 5:2? So we have milk and water in the ratio of 5:1 initially. So initial ratio of milk and water. So we have a initial ratio as 5:1 and a final ratio is 5:2. 5:2. So the quantity of milk remains same. So only water is added. So initially it was 1 part and finally it is 2 parts. So 2 minus 1, that is 1. 1 part is added. 1 part of milk is added. So initially there were total 6 parts. So 6 parts is equivalent to 72 liters. Now 1 part of water is added. So 1 part is equivalent to how many liters of water? So if we simplify this, 72 divided by 6 times 1. This is 6 ones, 6 12s. So the remaining is 12 into 1, that is 12 liters. So that means 12 liters of water is added so that the ratio of milk and water becomes 5:2. So the correct answer is option A. Question number 12. How many liters of water should be added to a 10-liter mixture of acid and water containing acid and water in the ratio of 2:3 such that the resultant mixture has 25% acid? So here also, so initially the ratio is 2:3. So we have milk and water, here also acid and water. So initial ratio, what is the initial ratio of acid and water? 2:3. 2 parts and 3 parts. And final ratio. Finally, the acid is 25%. Acid is 25%, then water will be 75%. So what is the ratio of 25:75? That is 25 ones, 25 threes. The ratio of acid and water is 1:3. So when it is given in percentage, we can convert it into ratio. The final ratio is 1:3. So the question is, how many liters of water should be added? So here there is no change in the quantity of acid. So let us make the acid equal parts. So here we have 2 parts initially, final we have 1 part. So we will make final also 2 parts of acid. So multiply both the terms of the ratio 1 and 3 by 2. So we will get this as 2 and this as 6. So acid is 2 parts in both the cases because there is no change in the acid content, and water is increasing from 3 to 6. So how many parts of water is increased? 6 minus 3. 3 parts of water is increasing. 3 parts of water is increasing. So initially we have total 5 parts. Both acid and water together it is 5 parts. So 5 parts is equivalent to 10 liters. 5 parts is equivalent to 10 liters. Now 3 parts of water is added. So 3 parts is how many liters? 3 parts is how many liters? If you simplify this, 10 by 5 into 3. So that is 5 ones, 5 twos. So that is 2 into 3 is 6 liters. So that means 6 liters of water is added. So to make the mixture as 25% acid. So the correct answer is option D is the right answer. Question number 13. In a 99 liter mixture, the ratio of milk and water is 8:3. How many liters of water should be added so that the ratio of water to milk becomes 5:8? Similar question. We have milk and water. Milk and water. Initial and final. Initial and final. Initial ratio of milk and water is 8:3. That is 8 parts milk and 3 parts water. And finally, the ratio of water to milk. Water to milk is 5:8. So that means milk is 8 parts and water is 5 parts. So there is no change in the quantity of milk. Only water is increasing by 2 parts. So 2 parts of water is increasing here. So initially total there are 11 parts. 8 plus 3, 11 parts. So 11 parts is a mixture. So that is equals to 11 parts is equivalent to 99 liters according to the question. 2 parts of water is added. 2 parts of water is added. So 2 parts is equivalent to how many liters? So let us simplify. 99 divided by 11 into 2. So that is 11 ones, 11 nines. 9 into 2 is 18 liters. So that means 18 liters of water is added. So to make the ratio of water and milk as 5:8. So 18 liters, option D is the right answer. Question number 14. 20 liters of a mixture contains 25% alcohol and the rest as water. If 5 liters of water is added to it, what will be the percentage of alcohol in the new mixture? So we have alcohol and water in a mixture. So total quantity is 20 liters. So in this we have alcohol 25%. So alcohol is 25%. So let us find out 25% of 20 liters. So if you simplify, 25 ones, 25 fours, 4 ones, 4 fives. So we have 5 liters of alcohol and the remaining is water. So water will be 20 minus 5, that is 15 liters. 15 liters water is there and 5 liters alcohol is there. Now we are adding 5 liters of water. So now water quantity becomes 15 plus 5, that is 20 liters. So water is becoming 15 plus 5, 20 liters. Now the overall quantity, total quantity 20 plus 5. So total mixture becomes, earlier it was 20, now we are adding 5 liters of water, it becomes 25 liters. So now we have to find out what is the percentage of alcohol in the new mixture. Alcohol remains same. Alcohol is only 5 liters. The total quantity is 25. So what is the percentage of alcohol in the new mixture? So 5 by 25 into 100. So if you simplify, 25 ones are 25 fours are. So that is 20. So percentage of alcohol is 20%. Percentage of alcohol is 20% in the new mixture. The correct answer is option B. Question number 15. Tea worth 120 rupees per kg and 150 rupees per kg are mixed with a third variety in the ratio of 1:1:2. If the mixture is worth 165 rupees per kg, find the price per kg of the third variety. So here three varieties are there. So since there are three varieties, let us combine the first two varieties and find their average. So average price of the first two varieties. So average price of first two varieties. Average price of first and second variety. First and second variety is 120 plus 150 by 2. So that is 270 by 2, that is 135. So this is the average price of the first and second variety. And we have one part first variety, one part second variety. So when you combine, it becomes total 2 parts. And third variety is also 2 parts. Now let us use alligation method. So average price of the first and second is 135. So this we are mixing with the third variety. We don't know the price of the third variety. Let us assume it as X. And the average and the price of the mixture is 165. Now let us find out the differences. Cheaper minus mean, mean minus cheaper, and costlier minus mean. So this is 165 minus 135 is 30. This is 160, X minus 165. X minus 165. And these two are mixed in the ratio of 2 parts of the first and second, 2 parts of the third variety. That is 2:2 ratio they are mixed. So that means nothing but 1:1. So the ratio is equal to 1:1. So X minus 165 is to 30 is equals to 1:1. So if you use the proportion rule, product of extremes equal to product of means. So we'll get X minus 165 is equal to 30. So X is equal to 30 plus 165, which is equal to 195. This is the price of the third variety. 195 rupees is the price of the third variety of tea. So the correct answer is option B is the right answer. Question number 16. From 32 liters of milk, 8 liters of milk is taken out and replaced with water. This process is repeated 2 times. And how much milk is left? So here we have to use the formula which we have studied in the session 1. So that is the initial quantity is 32 liters. Initial quantity is 32 liters. we are replacing 8 liters out of this 32 liters. So that is 2 times. So we have to multiply this with 1 minus 8 by 32. 1 minus 8 by 32. So 8 liters we are taking out of 32. So how many times you are taking? 2 times. So power will be 2. Since we are repeating this process 2 times. So if you simplify this, we can find out what is the quantity of milk left out finally. So this is 8 ones, 8 fours. So 32 into 1 minus 1 by 4 is 3 by 4 whole square. So whole square is multiplying 2 times. 3 by 4 into 3 by 4. Simplify. 4 eights, 4 twos. So what is left? 2 into 3 into 3. 2 into 3 into 3. So that is 2 3 6, 6 3 18. So milk left out finally is 18 liters of milk is left out. So the correct answer is option D is the right answer. Question number 17. A cask contains an alcohol solution with concentration of 20%. If 8 liters of this mixture is taken out and replaced with water, the concentration becomes 16%. So what is the original volume of the cask? So initial concentration is 20% and 8 liters of this mixture is taken out. First of all, let us assume the total quantity as X. So let the total quantity of the mixture be the total quantity, let us assume as X. X liters of alcohol solution is there. So the concentration initially it is 20% concentration is there. So 20% if you convert into fraction it becomes 1 by 5 and this is the initial concentration and then final concentration is 16%. 16% is nothing but 16 by 100. So that is equal to 4 fours, 425. So the fraction form is 4 by 25. The final concentration is 4 by 25 of the alcohol in the solution. So initial concentration is 1 by 5. 1 by 5. So we are taking it out 8 liters of the mixture out of this one. So 8 liters we are taking it out. So that is 1 minus, we should use the formula here, 1 minus 8 liters we are taking out of X liters. So then the concentration becomes 4 by 25. This is the final concentration. So initial concentration 1 by 5. So when you are taking it out 8 liters out of X liters, the final concentration is 4 by 25. So let us simplify this and find out the total quantity. So 1 minus 8 by X is equals to 4 by 25 multiplied by 5. So if you simplify this 5 5s. So what is remaining? 1 minus 8 by X is equals to 4 by 5. That is 1 minus 4 by 5. By transposition, 1 minus 4 by 5 is 8 by X. 1 minus 4 by 5, if you simplify, you will get 1 by 5 is equals to 8 by X. So on cross multiplication, we will get X is equals to 8 into 5, which is equals to 40 liters. So the initial quantity of the solution is 40 liters. The original volume of the cask is 40 liters. So that is the answer. Option B is the right answer. Question number 18. 20% of a solution of milk and water is removed and replaced with water. If the final ratio of milk and water is 4:5, find the original ratio. So initial concentration of milk we don't know. So let the concentration of milk, let original concentration of milk, we will assume it as X. X percent is the X, fraction X is the original concentration of milk. So from this 20% is removed and replaced with water. So according to the formula, X into 1 minus 20% of solution is removed. So 20 by 100. So final concentration is 4:5. So 4 parts out of total 9 parts. Total there are 9 parts. Out of that 4 parts will be milk. So 4 by 9 is the final concentration of milk. So milk concentration we are equating here. Now let us simplify and find out the original concentration of milk. So this is 1 time and 5 times. So that is X into 1 minus 1 by 5 is 4 by 5, which is equals to 4 by 9. X is equals to 4 by 9 into 5 by 4. So 4 gets cancelled. The remaining is 5 by 9. So that means total there are 9 parts. Total 9 parts are there. The original concentration, total 9 parts. So out of these 9 parts, 5 parts is milk. Milk is 5 parts. And water will be 9 minus 5, 4 parts. So we need to find out ratio of milk is to water, that is 5:4. So this is the original ratio of milk and water, 5:4. Option C is the right answer. Question number 19. A vessel contains milk and water in the ratio of 7:3. 3 liters of this mixture is taken out and replaced with water. Again, 2 liters of this the mixture is taken out and replaced with water. So what is the ratio of milk and water in the vessel? So here also let us compare the concentration of milk. So milk, initial concentration of milk. So initial concentration of milk is 7 parts out of 10 parts. 7 out of 10. This is the concentration of milk initially. 7 out of 10. 10 is 7 plus 3, it becomes 10. So from this concentration of 7 by 10, first is 3 liters is taken out. 1 minus 3 by 10. So total is 10 parts. So out of this 3 liters you are taking it out. So out of 10 liters initially you are taking it out 3 liters. And second time you are taking it out 2 liters. 2 liters is nothing but 20%. So 20 by 100 is 2 by 10. 1 minus 2 by 10. So let us simplify this and find out the final concentration of milk. So if you simplify this, 7 by 10 into 1 minus 3 by 10 is again 7 by 10. 1 minus 2 by 10 becomes 8 by 10. Simplify, 2 fours, 2 fives, 2 twos, 2 fives, then again 2 ones, 2 fives. So the remaining is the numerator side 7 into 7, 49. The denominator side 5 multiplied 3 times, that is 125. So this is a final concentration of the milk. So final concentration of the milk is 49 by 125. Final concentration of milk is 49 by 125. So that means milk is 49 parts, total 125 parts, total 125 parts. Milk is 49 parts and water will be 125 minus 49, that is 76 parts. So now we need to find out the ratio of milk and water. The ratio of milk and water is 49 is to 76. So this is the answer. 49 is to 76 is the ratio of milk and water. So we are finding the final concentration of milk, and from that we are finding how many parts is milk and how many parts is water. So option D is the right answer. Question number 20. A container has a mixture of milk and water in the ratio of 5 is to 1. Some quantity of the mixture is removed and replaced with water of the same amount. After this, the ratio of milk to water becomes 5 is to 3. So what fraction of the mixture was replaced? So here also we will equate the concentration of milk. So concentration of the milk. Milk concentration initially 5 is to 1. So that means 5 parts out of 6 parts. So from this we don't know what fraction of the mixture is taken out. We don't know. We will assume it as x by 100. So x by 100 we will assume. So that is equals to, finally the concentration of milk is 5 parts out of 8 parts. 5 by 8. So let us simplify this. 1 minus x by 100 is equals to 5 by 8 into 6 by 5. Sorry, since we are taking the percentage, no need to take by 100 here. Just take out only x since we are finding the fraction here. So 5 gets cancelled. 2 3s, 2 4s. So what is remaining? 1 minus x is equals to 3 by 4. One minus x is equals to 3 by 4. So x is equals to 1 minus 3 by 4, which is equals to 1 by 4. So the fraction which we are taking it out is 1 by 4. So if you take it as a percentage, it will be 25%. So since we are taking everything in fractions, so we'll take directly x. So that is 1 by 4. 1 by 4th fraction of the solution mixture is replaced. So the answer is Option B. Question number 21. Fresh fruit contains 60% water and dry fruit contains 20% water. How much dry fruit is obtained from 100 kg of fresh fruit? So we have a fresh fruit and a dry fruit. Fresh fruit and dry fruit. Fresh fruit and dry fruit. So in fresh fruit and dry fruit we have a water content, and apart from water you have pulp. Apart from water we have pulp. So in fresh fruit there is 60% water. 60% water, the remaining is pulp, 40% is pulp. In the dry fruit, we have 20% water and remaining is pulp, that is 80% is pulp. Now, how much dry fruit is obtained from 100 kg of fresh fruit? Fresh fruit is 100 kg. So, out of this 60 kg will be water and 40 kg will be pulp. So, from this, when you are taking out the dry fruit, the quantity of pulp remains the same, 40 kg. So, dry fruit, weight of dry fruit, we don't know. Let us assume it as X. So, the weight of dry fruit, we will assume it as X. So, out of this X kgs of dry fruit, 80% is 40 kg. 80% is the pulp, that is equal to 40 kg. Now, let us find out that and then find what is X value. So, 80% of X is equals to 40. What is X? Simplify, 80 by 100 into X is equals to 40. X is equals to 40 into 100 by 80. That is 40 ones, 42s, 2 ones, 2 50s. So that is equals to 50 kg. So the dry fruit that is obtained is 50 kg from 100 kg of fresh fruit. So the correct answer is option D is the right answer. Question number 22. A shopkeeper sells type A rice at 25% profit and type B rice at 10% loss. If overall he earns 15% profit, find the ratio of cost price of type A rice to type B rice. We have type A and type B. So type A is selling at a profit of 25%. So let us assume the profit as plus and loss as minus, negative. So two varieties are there. Let us use alligation here. So plus 25 is type A and type B is minus 10 because it is loss. And overall is getting a profit of 15%. So we'll take it as plus 15. So now let us find the difference. So the difference of 25 and 15. What is the difference between 25 and 15? 10 is the difference. And 15 and minus 10. So the difference is 25. So the absolute difference is 25. So 15 minus of minus 10, that is plus 10, that is 25. So the ratio is so the ratio of prices is 25 is to 10. So if you simplify, divide both the terms by 5, 5 is to 2. So the cost price ratio of cost prices, the ratio of cost prices is 5 is to 2. The correct answer is option D is the right answer. Question number 23. The selling price of a mango and an orange together is 42 rupees. The mango was sold at 20% profit and the orange at 10% loss. If the overall gain in the transaction is rupees 3, what is the cost price of the mango? The overall selling price is 42. Selling price is 42 and gain is profit is 3 rupees. So selling price will be equal to, cost price is equal to 42 minus 3, that is 39 rupees is the cost price. So let us find out the profit percentage, that is gain percentage. So 39 increased by X percent, it becomes 42. Simplify this. 1 plus X by 100 is equals to 42 by 39. So this is 3 14s, 3 13s, 14 by 13. So X by 100 is equals to 14 by 13 minus 1. So which is equals to X by 100 is equals to 1 by 13. So it implies that X is equal to 100 by 13. 100 by 13%. So this is the overall profit percent. Now, so let us draw the alligation. So in the case of mango, there is a profit of 20%. 20% profit is there in the case of mango, and in case of orange, there is a loss of 10%. So profit we should take it as positive and loss we should take it as negative. And overall there is a profit of 100 by 13. 100 by 13. So now let us use alligation and find the difference. So this is a 20 minus 100 by 13. This is 100 by 13 minus of minus plus 10. So if you simplify both of them, so this is for mango and this is for orange. So cost price of mango and orange. The ratio we will get here. So 100 plus 130. 230 by 13. Here 260 minus 100 is 160 by 13. So this is the ratio of cost prices. So if you simplify, 13 gets cancelled by multiplying both sides by 13. So when you divide with 10, 0 gets cancelled. What is the remaining ratio? 23 is to 16. So this is the ratio of cost prices. So the cost price of mango is 23 parts. 23 parts. CP of mango is 23 out of 23 plus 16. 23 plus 16 is 39 out of 39 parts. So what is the total cost price Total cost price is again 39. We found it out. So the total cost price is 39 again. So if you simplify, 39 gets cancelled. So 23 rupees is the cost price of mango. 23 rupees is the cost price of mango. So initially we found out the cost price and we found out the overall profit percentage, gain percentage, and then using the alligation method we found out the ratio of the cost prices of mango and orange. So using that ratio we can find out the cost price of mango or cost price of orange. So here the cost price of mango is 23 rupees. That is option A is the right answer. Question number 24. A shopkeeper purchased a sofa for 1000 rupees and sold it at a profit of 30%. So profit we should take it as positive. Plus 30. So this is for sofa. This is for sofa. Next, he purchased a table for again 1000 rupees and sold it at a profit of 10%. Then again table. So he sold at a profit of 10%, again plus 10. So both he purchased for 1000 rupees. So the ratio of cost prices is 1000 is to 1000, which is equal to 1 is to 1. This is a ratio of cost prices. 1 is to 1 is the ratio of cost prices. Now, the overall profit percentage we don't know. Let us assume it as X. And then use alligation and find the difference. So the mean price, costlier price minus mean. 30 minus X. Mean minus the cheaper. X minus 10. So the ratio is X minus 10 is to 30 minus X. This is the ratio of cost prices, which is equal to 1 is to 1. So according to the question, the cost prices are 1000 and 1000. The ratio is 1 is to 1. So using the rule of proportion, product of extremes is equal to product of means. So that is X minus 10 is equals to 30 minus X. So if you simplify it, X plus X is equals to 30 plus 10. 2X is equals to 40. X is equals to 20. So that means overall profit percentage is 20%. Overall profit percentage is 20%. So option B is the right answer. Question number 25. In a class of 120 students, there are 80 boys whose average marks are 70. If the average marks of the entire class is 68, what is the average marks of the girls? So we have boys and girls. Boys and girls. Boys and girls. Total there are 120 students. 80 boys are there. So remaining 40 girls. So the ratio of boys and girls is 80 is to 40. That is 2 is to 1. And the average marks of the boys is 70. Average marks of the girls, we don't know, assume it as X. And average marks of the entire class is 68. Now use alligation, find the difference. This is 70 minus 68, it is 2. This is 68 minus X. So the ratio is 2:1. This ratio is equal to 2:1. 68 minus X is to 2 is equals to 2:1. Simplify this using the rule of proportion. 68 minus X is equals to 2 into 2, 4. Product of extremes and product of means. So X is equals to 68 minus 4. X is equal to 68 minus 4, that is 64. So the average marks of the girls. Average marks of girls is 64. So the answer is 64. So correct answer is option B is the right answer. So these are the problems based on the concept of mixtures and alligations. We'll solve some more models of questions in the same topic of mixtures and alligation. We'll try to cover all the models in this topic of mixtures and alligations. Thank you.